All right, what's up, guys? It's been a minute since I posted, and that's really on me. That's all I can say. But today I'm going to explain why I'm going long. That's about it. So it's July 4th. Happy 4th to everybody, first of all. I hope everybody's having a good holiday if you're American, like I am. With that, I'm not taking a break today. I'm still looking for setups, and I'm still going to be trading probably this entire day because this is what I love to do. All right, with that, before we start the video, as always, this is not financial advice. Everything I say should be taken as market commentary and an opinion. Do not take a trade based on what I am saying purely because it's me saying it. Uh, all of this is hypothetical, of course, and this is all my opinion on how the markets move, and nothing is guaranteed. With that, I'm going to explain or why I'm looking for longs in this area and what it would take for me to go long on Bitcoin. First of all, we should zoom out to the higher time frames because they hold more power. So let's go to the 2 hour time frame, for example. All right, so we're here right now and we're at a, multi-level resistance area once again, right? Like this 110K level, every single time we get there, we pretty much have just been deviating above and then chopping down. And then once we get to, 100K or like 99K, we make a range. So right now we're playing a big, big, big range, right? And if we go here and spread it all the way across, the majority of our range the majority of volume in our range is taking place within 105 between 108 and 102K. So this entire area is where the majority of volume takes place, right? As you can see, this is where most of the chop is. This is where most of the like swing moves down, down, up have occurred, right? So we're back in this area once again. Okay. And what I'm looking for here, let's go to the 2 hour. Sorry. Let's go to we're on the 2 hour right now. So what I noticed was, okay, let's 4 hour would be nicer. A couple of days ago, so on Tuesday, the 25th of July, we had a really, really big expansionary move upwards, right? And usually when you get a move this big, especially because we hit 109K or 110K resistance again, we are expecting to, you know, trade lower from there. So I grabbed my volume profile, as you can see here. We can delete it for now. Where is it? It's here. And I got it from the start of the move, which was here, to the top. So this was the main move that took us into that like 109K level range, right? So Tuesday to Wednesday, this was that big, big, big move. So we had that move here. And what I noticed was that a majority of the volume on that move occurred around here at 107,000 ish, right? So as you can see, this is our biggest volume node. So I expected price to come back into here eventually. Did I know when? No. But now price has gone back into here. So now that we're back into here, I also noticed that if I took from the swing high to the swing low, we're back in the golden pocket retracement area, right? We're at the 0.5, 0.618, 0.7 retracement area where people look to go long once again. So now that I'm here, I'm on the lower time frames and I pull two volume profiles, right? So the first one is starting from this Thursday when we just started trading down. We have this whole downtrend, right? So I'm going to drag it all the way across to here. I put it here, but let me put it here. This is the downtrend. And what I notice is that we have, first of all, we have a lot of volume. Okay, it might be better if I draw it with this. We have a lot of volume, over here, right? So we have a lot of volume here where this consolidation occurred. So as we notice, we consolidate, a lot of volume occurred, and then we had that move lower. Not a lot happened, and then we got here. And now we're consolidating here, and we're in another big range of volume, right? So I drew this thing here and here. So right now, this is where we're at, and we have both of these volume profiles stacked each other at the same volume node. So what I'm looking for to prove that we're going to go higher and retest the volume above us up here, the first thing I'm looking for is, well, I want us to reclaim this point of control. So ideally, I would want us to go up here, go through all this volume, and then retest the volume or the point of control. And that would give me a thesis to go along. So we're currently doing that. And in a second, I'll take us over to the order flow where you can see the delta and big order delta, small order delta, normal delta, spot versus premium, all that good stuff. But for here, there's a couple things I noticed just on pure price action, right? So starting from this move here, as you can see, we had this big downwards move. I got the volume profile and I dragged it across to here, right? And I notice, just like this volume profile, the majority of volume is occurring in this range. See, so we're in this range, so much volume is occurring here. So for me to go long, I would have to see us, first of all, create a break of structure above this high on at least the 5 minute, reclaim this point of control, as you can see here, maybe take these highs and then come back, retrace, retest this volume. And off the retest of this volume, if we, okay, how do I say this? Yeah, okay, this is the simplest way I can say it. So if it's happening in real time, this is live, by the way. So if we go above this and we go through all this volume here, I'm expecting this to come back, retest this volume, and then buyers, or usually spot buyers who are the real demand, will decide that they like the retest of this volume and they'll be willing to push price higher and upwards. So I'm looking to go long based off something like this. And if we want extra confluence, we can even do this. So furthermore, we do that. Then let's also go to maybe like the 30 for a second. Let's delete this. We can put this to the back. And I'll get my retracement tool from here and I'll take it to the swing high. So now we're at the swing high, right? So we're here at the swing high. Let's put it across. So it'll make it easier. What do I notice here within this cluster of volume? Well, within this cluster of volume, just like over here, within, this big cluster of volume, we're at that golden pocket retracement level. So if I get what I want, which I'll draw one more time, would be, close above this volume, retest the volume. Where's our next area that price is going to retest? More often than not, and what I believe is that it will come back to retest this volume here. And when we're in this volume, we'll probably hit the 0.5, 0.618 and consolidate for a bit like we did here, or we'll have sellers come in and move down. But if we can go through above this volume again, if we can go through this volume again, I would then expect another retest of this volume and to come back and go to these highs. So my idea is to long based off that. If it happens, of course. I mean, I need to wait and see if the things I want to happen. Okay, next we can look at the heat maps, right? So this is our liquidation leverage heat maps. You can go to just CoinGlass, just look up CoinGlass on your browser. It should take you here. And I'll take us to the weekly first because the week shows the big picture. So on the week, we had a bunch of leverage here that got wiped, and then we traded through it back into this volume, as you can see here. Took out all this, and we're bouncing off here, off these lows just about. We could go into 3-day and see if there was anything. So most of the leverage was here. So as you see, we went through that. Now we have this volume here, which is where I'm aiming. But as you can notice, we have a bunch of leverage up here at the top at 110 once again. Furthermore, if we go to really high time frame like the month, I'm guaranteeing, look at all this. This is the stacked leverage, right? We have $260 million worth of, $260 million plus worth of leverage to wipe out here and not much to wipe out down here compared to above. So I'm looking for higher. If we go to a shorter time frame like the 48-hour, as you can see, we took out all this. We have some small leverage down here, which I was like considering seeing if we would go down there before the long, but I'm holding my long thesis because this area looks much more tempting to take compared to the other. So if we go back to the chart, as you can see, we're making moves higher. So I want us to go through this volume and reclaim this point of control. All right. Now we're at the order flow, and I know it looks really, really, really confusing, right? So let me just kind of explain what's going on here. So this is the order book in real time. So you can see the transactions going to Binance, Bybit, BMEX, OKX, Coinbase, OK, BFX, Spot. As you can tell, this is Perps, this is Spot. So we have all that going on. And let's see. So here we are on the 5 minute. This is the left-hand side. And what do I notice here? As you can see here, we have spot positive and we have perps positive. Usually when spot is positive, that's a good thing because spot is the real demand. So we're looking for spot to be positive, and as you noticed earlier, the higher the time frame, the better. So spot is still positive on the 15:45. We can see spot is also, if it loads, taking a while. Spot is also positive on the hour. So within this hourly candle so far, spot's positive. Here it was heavy negative, as you can tell. We have spot positive and perps positive. But let's go back to 5 minute because I'm a scalper. So right now we have spot positive, as you can see. We did have spot positive. Now it's negative, but my bad. 5 minute spot is positive, perps are positive, and let's look. We have 4,000 shorts liquidated and some longs liquidated. If we go to maybe the 4 hour, we can also look. So we've had some decent sized liquidations here. Spot is now positive on the 4 hour. So I'm seeing spot turn positive at the level that I noticed earlier. I can see these delta bars, which look nice. You can see here. So we have the delta spot, delta perps, relative volume. What else? We have liquidations, and it's combined with all the top markets. So we have spot turning positive, which is nice. If we go to all delta here, this is all the exchanges that I'm looking at. So we have Delta Coinbase, as you can see, and we want to see if the delta on the exchanges is positive. Let's go to the 5 minute. It looks better. So as you can see on BFX, Coinbase, OKX, Bybit Perps, it's positive. And what's good is spot on all these exchanges is positive. So, well, again, except for Binance, but the spot bidders on Coinbase, OKX, and BFX on the 5 minute are spot positive, which is nice. So we look at that, and that's a good sign. We go here. This is like Coinbase Premium versus whatever. We notice that spot and premium are trading pretty relative for most markets except for Bitfinex, which is fine, I guess. And then we're down here on the bottom right. So on the bottom right, I'm getting what I wanted, by the way. Let's show this. I need this high to, be taken. So we're looking for that high to be, gone through. Let's get some bullish market structure, and we're looking for that volume. So now we're back to the order flow, and let's look here. What's important is big order delta, which is down there, normal order delta, and small order delta. Big order delta is usually your real bidders. Like these are the guys who are actually pushing it. These are your institutional players, and the small order and normal order are more like retail people and scalpers. So when big order delta is positive, that's a good sign. Right now it is negative on the 5 minute, so we can tell that this move is being driven up by probably perps, as we can see here on the left, and retail, which is fine. But as you can see here on higher time frame, this move is being pushed up by small order delta and normal order delta, which isn't a bad thing, but I would just rather have big order delta be positive as well. On the 1 minute though, big order delta is positive, which is nice. So we're looking to make sure that maybe on the 5 minute we can get big order delta to turn positive, which it hasn't yet. right? Yeah, hasn't. So I would want to see big order delta turn positive on the 5 minute, see all those things that happened on the chart, run through that volume and show that, hey, we're looking to retest that volume. Big order delta is, fighting to turn positive. We can see on the 1 minute, we are negative at this moment, actually. So I usually look at the 1 and 5. Sometimes I look at the 3. So 1, 3, 5, big order delta is negative. So this showing that big orders are honestly shorting this move, and it's the retail and perps and all that are longing it. But that doesn't always mean that you can't long too. So because on the left hand side we see spot is pretty positive, and we see press positive too. Spot is gaining positive bids pretty quickly. So yeah, I kind of like what I'm seeing. If big can turn positive, that'll be nice. So yeah, we're back on this tab, back here, and I'll kind of just draw out what I showed. So I'm really kind of just looking for that this thing. And once I'm here, let's see, this would be, well, let me draw the line where the most volume is. It'll be like over here, right? So the most volume is around like here. So I'm looking along to like 108.8. So yeah, this would be a pretty decent trade if I can get it. We shall see. So yeah, that's my thesis of why I'm long. And yeah, pretty happy. If you guys want, you could join my leverage trades. As you can see, I was looking for longs in this area from 10:52 a.m. yesterday and from 3:13 on Wednesday. So even on Wednesday, I was still kind of looking for this 107K area. And yeah, so trades have been good. I share what I see. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, that will be in the bio. Mainly, I'm looking for a 15-minute close above this high and some 15-minute close above this volume. High time frame better. I could also see us, just before I close the video, we could probably come to the 0.618 and then do that. So it depends what happens first. If we first close above this, volume node area, and, and I'll look to long. But if we can't and we come down here, I'll change the volume profile and then we can do something like that. So that's the thesis for now. And yeah, well, along off that, we also have the anchored VWAP here, which we're holding as support. Furthermore, which I forgot to show, is we actually did get some nice RSI divergences here, right? So we had this, and here we had oversold territory. So we also have some relative strength, and hopefully CVD can pick up. But yeah, besides that, the long setup is looking quite nice. We'll kind of hold it out here. We'll see if order flow supports our thesis. And yeah, that's why I'm going long off today. And my target is all-time highs. So with that, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, do whatever. Share my channel if you could. I'll post my Telegram in the bio so you guys can follow my calls in real time of what memes and like scalps I'm taking. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support.